The 100 Days of Napoleon refers to the period from March 20th to July 7th, 1815, an exceptional period by all accounts, when Napoleon Bonaparte succeeded in escaping his exile on the island of Elba and returning to France, regaining the power he had temporarily lost, and redrawing the European landscape in a few months. Napoleon's exile to Elba was not a harsh imprisonment or an ordinary banishment, but rather a form of sovereign exile that granted him a margin of freedom and rule. Under the Treaty of Fontainebleau signed in April 1814, he obtained sovereignty over the island, which allowed him to maintain a small military force of about 1,000 men, including his trusted Imperial Guard, as well as a symbolic naval force centered around the sailing ship, Inconstanze. Although his abdication signaled the end of his first empire, his stay in Elba, geographically close to the French coast, posed a constant threat to the Bourbon throne, which had returned to power supported by allied armies. In particular, the policies of the new royal government, led by Louis XVIII, quickly provoked widespread popular discontent, as they appeared to be imposed by foreign bayonets, which increased the legitimacy of Napoleonic ambitions in the eyes of many. Napoleon resided in Elba, in a villa in the Portofino region, under the watchful eye of British High Commissioner Colonel Neil Campbell, who monitored his movements but could not fully control them. Despite the relative comfort he enjoyed, Napoleon remained consumed by anxiety and a burning desire to restore his former glory. During his time there, he not only lived peacefully but also reconstituted a small-scale personal security and intelligence apparatus, enabling him to maintain clandestine lines of communication with his relatives and with the Bonapartist leaders, who continued to operate underground within France, thus paving the way for his eventual return. The Great Escape took place on the night of February 25, 1815, when Napoleon sailed from Portofino aboard his galley, the Inconstanze, accompanied by 6 smaller vessels. The island was heavily patrolled by French and British naval forces, and one of the French ships, the Zephyr, commanded by Captain Andrew, spotted the departing ships. Napoleon was fortunate. The captain allowed the fleet to pass without interference, either through misjudgment or perhaps out of some hidden sympathy. Thus, without firing a single shot, Napoleon arrived on the French coast at the Gulf of Juan in the south of the country on March 1, 1815. He was warmly received by